Welcome to the Lauren Blackwell channel. Claressa Shields is still talking about her and Papoose's relationship, and she just she was on live talking about how she's never been in a situation where anyone has accused her of ruining anyone else's relationship, because whenever she's been in a relationship, it's just been her and the guy, and the guy is usually just with her and not with anybody else. Unlike this current situation where Papoose is still married to Remy Ma, and it's causing a lot of confusion for her, and she was just talking about it. This is the clip.
Never had beef with a girl over a boy or a man. I don't beef, man. I don't. I don't beef over. I don't beef over. I don't beef. That's all I can say. I don't. I've never had beef with a girl over a boy or a man. It's never happened to me. I'm not one of them. I've never dealt with a man who was involved with another woman. I've never done that. I don't have to. You hear me? I don't have to. Any man I've ever been with has been 100% for me. For me. The last time I got mad over a dude being with me and talked to another girl back when I was like 16. That was a long time ago. I'm 30 years old. I don't get off into all that. I don't get off into all that nonsense. Like I'm a multi-millionaire. I'm rich. I'm fine as hell. I'm young. I don't gotta do that. I'm not gonna get into it on here, but stay tuned though. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. I ain't gotta defend myself over something that I know is a lie. Come on now.
As much as I like Clarissa, she seems like a likable person, like someone that does not go out of her way to start drama. However, we have to admit that Papoose is still married. Like, that's just the fact of the matter. And the fact that he only filed for a divorce after his current wife started to make a lot of noise online is not a good thing. There's so many red flags with this Clarissa and Papoose relationship that I don't know. It's a perfect recipe for a relationship that will not succeed. I'm not saying that it won't, but I'm saying typically when we see a man moving this way, it's not. He's usually not considered a good partner. Okay, it's a lot of red flags. So here are the red flags that I feel like Papoose has brought into his current relationship. The first is that he did not end his marriage completely with Remy Ma before moving on to this relationship with Claressa. Now, I understand that Remy Ma was cheating. At this point, I do believe that she was cheating in the relationship. So, because Remy Ma is still cheating, he felt as though the marriage had ended and he could go on and start a relationship with Claressa. So, what that has led to is that they're now both in relationships and they're still married. So they, I'm sorry, this is hilarious. They've basically both checked out of their marriage while they're still married, and they're starting to see other people, but it is not an open marriage, it's a normal marriage. So Papoose should have ended his marriage completely, filed for divorce a long time ago before dating Claressa, because he and Claressa have been together now for almost a year. They've been together since middle of 2024. We're headed towards the middle of 2025, so it's been almost a year. Why did they wait until Remy Ma started to make all of this noise before he decided to file for divorce? He was dragging his feet, you know? So that's one. he's still married to his current wife. That's the first red flag. The second red flag is that normally when you've been married to someone or when you're in a long term relationship and you get out of it, you need to give it some time before you move on to your next relationship so that you're not rebounding. Papoose did not do that. He literally dove out of one relationship and into the next without any time in between. Now, one could argue that since they both moved on from their relationship, they technically have not been together for at least a couple of years now. So that is technically him being out of his marriage before going into this marriage with Claressa. But no, you can't really say that because otherwise, this whole mess would not have started. And the reason why they're in this mess now, where they're all going back and forth, is because of the way both Papoose and Remy Ma handled their marriage before moving on to their current partners. They both should have ended it completely before moving on. And I'm surprised that Papoose handled it this way. I understand Remy Ma does not have the positive reputation that Papoose has because she's done some things in the past that are questionable. I mean, she did spend time in prison, for God's sake. She was in prison for years. But in Papoose's case, he's never really done anything to make people question his character. So the way that he handled this marriage, where he just moved on into a full-blown relationship while still married to somebody else, is wildly different from what we've known him to be all of these years. So it makes you question both of their characters at the end of the day. And to be honest, you have to question Claressa's character as well because, yes, Papoose and Remy Ma's marriage is basically ended, but legally they're still married. So why did she not press Papoose to either go back to his wife or to end things before she got in a relationship with him? Like, how are you walking around, going places, being seen out in public, and you have this whole brand that you need to protect, and you did not make sure that the person that you're with is no longer married? That's wild. It's like all three of them handled this really horribly, and they have nobody else to blame but themselves for the mess that they're in. Remy Ma is still trying to defend this guy that she's dating and talking about his credit score and how much he makes and stuff like that. And I think she just needs to stop. She needs to stop trying to portray her current relationship as this whole good, positive thing, because at the end of the day, she's in a relationship with someone else while she is still married. So it paints all of them in a very negative light. No matter how she tries to make him look like this honorable man, that can't be the case if they're in this whole mess together. One last thing that I want to say is that Claressa's fight is coming up and nobody's talking about it because even she isn't talking about it. She went to an interview and she's been posting, Papoose is posting, and they're not talking about her fight. She needs to focus on that rather than on this messy relationship that she's in. And she's not even engaged to Papoose, they're just dating. And she's so immersed in this. This is the first time a lot of people are getting to know her, and this is how they're getting to know her. She's going to be forever linked to this mess if she does not get herself out of it and start talking about her work, her fights, whatever she's releasing, whatever work projects that she has going on. Even Papoose needs to do the same thing. They all need to just focus on their work so that this relationship will not overshadow her work. I know that she's still currently working, like actively, but I don't know who her next opponent is. I don't know when the fight is, where it is. I literally don't know. And I've seen a lot of clips from her and about her, and nobody, herself included, are talking about her current work. So I think she needs to focus more on posting stuff about her work and whatever projects Papoose has coming up, he needs to post that. At least Remy Ma is still trying to post stuff about her work, even though the time that she's taking to talk about this relationship is overshadowing whatever else that she's posting. But I think Claressa, especially because she's the most accomplished out of all of them, and she seems like a very focused person. But this drama is pulling her out of her work, out of her focus, and she needs to get back to her work, focus on that, and stop addressing this drama. Honestly, if I were Claressa, I would take the high road. I will first of all step away from the relationship so that Papoose and Remy Ma can get themselves sorted out, because Papoose still has his stuff at Remy Ma's house. We saw the video where Remy Ma was showing all of Papoose's luggage that she packed, and he's refusing to go back and grab them. Another thing is that this whole thing has dragged Papoose out of character, where he's now starting to talk about his relationships and his private life a lot more than he used to previously. He used to be very private and stay out of the limelight, at least when it comes to his relationship, and just let his wife be at the forefront. But now with this, he is making accusations, trying to set the record straight, which makes sense, but at the same time, it's kind of pulling him out of character, and that is one thing you don't want anybody to be able to do to you, where they're able to use any kind of circumstance to pull you out of character and make you act in ways that you don't normally act. This is not his lane. When it comes to this sort of back and forth and fighting online, making accusations, Remy Ma is going to win this because she's done this many times. She's accused other people, aka a rapper, before of things and tried to tarnish that rapper's reputation. She's gone as far as recruiting other people to ruin that rapper's reputation. So she's very good at this. She's done this multiple times. This is what she does. So Papoose cannot win doing things this way. I think he needs to just handle things the way he normally does, which is quietly and behind the scenes. But, now they're all out here fighting Remy Ma's fight, which is not their style. I don't think this is Claressa's style either, because we've never seen her in any kind of drama before until this. So Remy Ma is she's doing a lot more damage to their reputation than they realize. And they need to just all back off, go back into their private lives, and just focus on whatever work they have going on. If they're going to come online and talk and do lives or address anything, it should have stuff to do with their work or their future projects, not relationship drama. That's it for this video. I just wanted to talk about Claressa and how I feel like she's just not handling things the best way that will put her in the best light. Hopefully this does not affect her work or her money, because then it will not be worth it at all. I have some clips at the end of Remy Ma speaking more on this if you guys are interested. So that's it. Thank you guys. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.
We're not gonna do is that Papoose and his current come-up situation distract y'all from the fact that he still has not signed anything. Okay? Let's not let them deflect. I don't care if you went on the website last night, irately, to prove a point and started filling out shit that ain't never gonna get answered because it's a weekend and then Monday's a holiday. I do not care. This man ain't right 90% of anything. Like, I wish he paid 90% of the bills. We probably wouldn't be here, but that's neither here nor there. Not only did this man not write for me, that's where a lot of his animosity comes from. Every time we would do interviews and people would be like, oh my God, do y'all write better? Who's better? She's better. She's better. In his heart though, it pains him because he really wants this. He wants this. We're talking about somebody who literally sat and made an album each month for a year straight that nobody purchased. And then here I am, literally making a lot of money on old work. And then sometimes I'll pop out with a little verse on Ghetto Imagine Con, pop out with a verse on Every Record, or do something like Brother Fat Joe. Every time I do it, like your grandma there, please, was the album. And he envies that I had that demand and or that I have the leisure to not really do music because financially I'll still be okay, right? I was always being threatened, or should I use the word blackmail, since that's the word we like to use. The only person that has ever tried to blackmail me was Papoose. All of these things he's saying now, oh, I wrote her music, oh, she's abusing her daughter. This man will wait till my daughter did something out of pocket, because he doesn't chastise any of them, really. Wait till my daughter does something out of pocket, and when I go to chastise her, he was secretly recording me. The same way he played a clip of a secret recording the other day, yesterday or whenever, he was secretly recording me and then tell me like, yo, I'll play this and tell him that you abuse our daughter. Swear to God. Swear to God. This is the type of manipulator that we're dealing with. He loves using the word narcissist, strangely. Look at the tactics of a narcissist. When they can't control you anymore, they try to assassinate your character with lies. You understand? My daughter's well taken care of. And not because of him. That man didn't even contribute $1 to her being here. IVF cost me over $100,000. And I only had to do IVF because I kept having miscarriages. Because he kept trying to get me pregnant, even though I wanted to focus on my career. Right? So that's that. To say that you penned anything, you're corny. Like, no, the fact that nobody even believes you. I don't know why academics is over there like, yo, this was it. Sir, please, don't use your platform to promote positivity. Don't push propaganda and lies. So that was that. It really wasn't even that serious, but I feel like I have to say that. The part that really blew the part that scuffed my Timbs is that this man really tried to come on here and say that that he caught me with a female, which is one of my friends, which I've been holding her back for years because she hasn't liked this man for years. Like, yo, you can't say nothing, you can't say anything. You gotta respect it. You not only did you disrespect her, you said her name, everything. So whatever she says about you, that's that. Like, it's out of my hands right now. But he caught me in a sexual act with a female with my daughter on the bed. I slipped out of the bed with him after he was trying to get something, denied him. I always deny him. I've denied him. I haven't had sex with him in years. But I slipped out of our bed and tried to go get in another bed with a girl, a female, which is my friend, one of my close friends for years and years and years. And he caught me with my daughter and all this. First of all, you try to say what he said about Easy. Oh, he a little. I think it's a little sugar in his tank. That's weird to me. That you literally got one here and thought you had a flex trying to say, oh, she's bisexual. This, like, I'm actually not. But thanks for the uplift, because all the bad bitches that's been in my DMs since you said that, like, shout out to y'all. But try to say she's done so many things to the people from that community. Who? Most of my friends, femmes, aggressors, my hairstylist, one of my makeup artists. Like who? Like, by you saying that really shows how you really feel. Oh, I'm only on here because you talked about my children. Who children? Why do people only know that you have 2 children? Mine and your oldest daughter. Why they don't know about your son? Why was there 1,001 blogs posting, oh, his new girlfriend, way back when you was really with your daughter? Because they never even see her that much. You understand? Don't ever play with me. I told you that last time when you tried that son. Oh, she wasn't with my daughter on Christmas. Not only was I with her on Christmas, and your sitting right there. Nigga, I bought the most of it like I always do. She won't let me see my daughter. She won't let me see my daughter. I ain't never been keep a man away from his kid. I'm not gonna be with the kid all day. Go over there. It's your turn too. You understand? Are you talking about the times when you wanted to take her over to your mother's house? And I told you, don't be having my daughter around the pedophiles that's over there? One of your adopted sisters, knowingly, y'all all know about it over there, touching on kids. And that's why she ain't never been over there. That's why she don't know them. And you agreed with it when we were together. Hence why my daughter ain't never really go over there like that. So don't try to sit here and spin and act like, oh, she... The same one whose sister is in the shade room comments popping shit. Worry about your pedophile sister that y'all protecting over there on that side of the family. Okay? Okay? Yes, I'm going there. I'm going to go there with y'all every time. That's in my divorce papers as well. You can have it whenever you want, take it wherever you want. I don't want her around no known pedophiles that are being protected. Tell me I'm lying. Say I'm lying. Should I list who she touched? That y'all all know about? And then y'all all act like y'all don't see nothing? That upsets me. That makes me mad. When somebody acts like and tries to attack my motherhood, that upsets me. And he knows that.